Hey there, Liana. Do you know who I am? Go on and guess.
Who are you?
Didn't you read my last message? I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta guess.
I gave you one chance to tell me who you are, which is more than you deserved. I'm very busy and have much more important things to do than play Guess Who with some random nobody.
Get over yourself. Just guess.
Looks like this is either a stupid prank or you've got the wrong number, so I'm just gonna block your number now.
Wait, don't do that. I've got something to tell you that I know you're gonna want to hear. My name is Alyssa, and I'm your husband's girlfriend.
Huh? By my husband, do you mean Jacob?
Yeah, that's him. Ugh, old women are so boring. I wanted to keep you in the dark for longer just to have a little fun at your expense, but you went and made me spill the beans too early. Boring. Do women just instantly become humorless losers when they turn 30 or something? I hope I never turn 30.
Leaving the dark implications of that aside, would you mind telling me how old you are, Alyssa?
Who, me? I'm 20. I am a college girl in the pinnacle of my youth.
The pinnacle of your youth?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right. It's just that I've never actually heard anyone in the pinnacle of their youth use the term, the pinnacle of my youth, before.
Yeah, and so what? You got a problem with that?
Problem? Nah, no problem at all. You're free to use whatever phrases you like to describe yourself. That phrase in particular, though, is typically used by women in their 60s looking back at pictures of themselves in their late teens. That and men in their 60s looking at women in their 20s.
Seriously, what's your problem? I'm not in my 60s. I'm a young, healthy woman, unlike you.
Maybe not, but I think I know exactly why you're using that phrase. Let me guess. Jacob talks about you that way.
Oh, I guess he does. You're right. Isn't he great? He always speaks to me in such poetic ways. It shows how head over heels in love with me he is.
Head over heels? There's another phrase I don't think anyone's used for the last 20 years at least. Why are you letting some geezer have such a strong influence on the way you talk? Your friends your age are gonna laugh at you.
No, they would never laugh at me. Now, would you stop nitpicking every single one of my messages? You are so obnoxious.
Sorry, my bad. You know how women over 20 are. We just can't help but beat on women younger and prettier than us.
Well, at least you're self-conscious about it. And by the way, do not call my Jacob some geezer. He's the love of my life.
Oh, how could I be so insensitive as to call my husband, who you claim to be dating, a geezer? My deepest apologies. So, what do you want? Why did you choose to out yourself as my husband's mistress like this? What's your angle, Alyssa?
You want to know what my angle is? I thought that should be obvious. All I want from you is to admit that you've lost, divorce Jacob, and let me have him.
Wait a minute. Are you going to sit there and tell me that you want to marry that pathetic old geezer?
What did I just tell you about calling him that? I mean, what the hell is even going on with you? What's up with your attitude? Calling your own husband a pathetic old geezer? I mean, you're supposed to be his wife. You are his wife, aren't you? For real?
Yep. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the truth is that I've known that Jacob has been cheating on me for quite some time now. But to think a man his age was fooling around with some little girl who's not even old enough to drink yet? Yuck, it just makes me want to puke. Tell me, how was your trip to Hawaii? Did you make it all right? Have you settled into your hotel yet?
You knew about that? Well, that's weird. He told me you were completely in the dark. But, oh well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Yep, we're in gorgeous Hawaii right now. But you want to know what the best part is? We paid for the whole trip with your credit card, you stupid old hag.
What?
That's right. We're going to have the trip of a lifetime using your money.
Wait a second. My credit card? You mean you took the credit card out of my wallet and took it with you to Hawaii?
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't do it. It was all Jacob's idea. He's the one who took it while you weren't paying attention. And he is generous enough to let me use it to do all the shopping I want. I might even pick out a wedding dress while I'm here. I have a huge list of things I want to buy, and you're going to pay for all of it.
Goodness gracious, it seems like you're completely unaware of how credit cards work.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm 20 years old, not 2. Everyone my age knows how to use credit cards. You take your items to the register, swipe the card in the machine, and poof! Like magic, it's all yours. What else is there to understand? That's literally how credit cards work. Now, if you'll excuse me, Jacob and I just got done with a long plane flight, so we're going to go ahead and lay down in bed. Don't worry though, we're not sleeping together. As a matter of fact, I think we're gonna stay up all night long.
Have fun, I guess. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Hello, Granny. Oh my God, we are having so much fun with your credit card. How does that make you feel, huh? Hey, are you there? Hello? Seriously, Liana, I know you're super duper jealous of me and your husband, but why won't you ever message me back? You're way too old to be acting like such a little brat, you know that? It's really lame. Oh well, I'll go ahead and write a list of all the things I've bought with your money so far. Here it goes.
Alyssa, was it? Look, I understand that you're very young and inexperienced in the world, but you graduated from high school, didn't you? You're going to college at least, so you can't be telling me you've never heard of time zones.
Huh?
It's the middle of the night over here. If you'd like to gloat over stealing my husband away from me, then could you please look up what the time difference is between here and Hawaii and message me at a more reasonable time?
Oh, shut up, Granny. I'll message you whenever I want to. So anyway, here's the list of all the stuff you've bought for me.
Do you really think you're hurting me at all when you call me old granny or whatever? I may have just about a decade on you in years, but first of all, that's hardly enough of an age gap for you to be calling me old. And second, I am not now, nor will I ever be ashamed of the fact that I have more experience and knowledge than you.
That sounds exactly like what an old woman would say.
Right. Well, then moving on. I've been trying to contact Jacob for the last few days to ask him when he plans on coming back from Hawaii, but he's not responding to my messages. Looks like he hasn't even read them. I assume that means he's blocked my number, so I thought I'd go ahead and confirm it with you. Are you planning on being back within the week? Like Saturday evening or something?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, wait a minute. Is that really all you care about, when he's coming home?
And one more thing, I decided to stay over at my parents' house for the time being.
Okay, and?
I'll leave the divorce agreement I had my lawyer put together on the table. Have Jacob look it over, sign it, and then the two of you are free to do whatever you want.
Really? You mean I'm gonna get to live in your huge mansion?
Mansion?
Finally, I am so happy. You're finally getting out of our way. Me and Jacob can finally be together.
Oh, and one more thing. I'm suing the both of you for your affair, so be prepared for that.
Oh, really? Whatever, that's cool. Go ahead and sue us for however much you want. It won't make any difference to me. I'll just pay whatever the bill comes to with your credit card.
You're gonna try to pay me with my own credit card?
Duh, why wouldn't I? Anyway, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later, Granny. I need to get back to the bedroom. Jacob's waiting for me with a massive plate of room service that you're paying for. I think the fact that I don't have to pay for any of this food makes it taste even better. Bye-bye.
Oh boy. Well, have fun, I guess.
Hey, what gives? I just tried to use your credit card, but it didn't work. What did you do, Liana?
You're just now figuring that out?
I knew it. I knew you were behind this. Tell me what you did.
Yeah, about that. I called the credit card company and had it deactivated days ago.
You what?
I knew just as soon as Jacob left the house to head to the airport that he had taken my credit card with him. He apparently just has too big of an ego to realize that I was aware of every single thing he was doing. It was clear that he was intending to rack up a massive bill at my expense, so I made the call immediately to report it stolen and have it deactivated. I'm just surprised it took you this long to notice.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I was using it with no problems until a little bit ago. What's going on?
Remember a few days ago when I told you that you don't understand how credit cards work? Unauthorized use of someone else's credit card is illegal, even if the person using it is the owner's family member. That includes spouses, too.
Are you serious?
And the person who uses it is responsible for compensating the owner for every last cent that they spend. Again, it doesn't matter if they're married to the owner.
Oh, no. I had no idea.
Come on, girl, really? What did you think a credit card was? Did you think it was like a money tree or something? The money just magically appears out of thin air? Are you really going to college with a brain like that?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about it that much.
By the way, does Jacob have my credit card right now?
Yeah, I think he does. He said that we'd be in trouble if we lost it or something, so he's been holding on to it.
I see. Well, it looks to me like he's been paying for everything you've bought over there with his own credit card, not mine.
What?
Let me explain this to you in the simplest terms possible. Jacob took my credit card along with him on the trip because he didn't think I would notice. However, I did notice, and I moved immediately to report it stolen and have it deactivated. This put him in an uncomfortable situation, though. You, his mistress, were overjoyed at the prospect of not only stealing my husband, but also stealing thousands upon thousands of dollars from me. There was no way he could tell you that his master plan failed and that you would no longer be able to live large on his wife's dollar.
So, you mean...
So he lied to you. He told you that all of that money was coming out of my pocket when he was actually just using his own card. He put on a front just to impress you and make you happy. And now that you're about halfway through your trip, you finally exceeded the credit limit on Jacob's own credit card. The credit card company shut it down on their end to keep you from going any further over your limit. That sounds about right to me.
Wait, are you telling me that Jacob has already spent all of his money on our trip to Hawaii? That he's penniless now?
Did you happen to bring any cash with you, Alyssa? You might need it.
No, I didn't bring any money at all. I figured that we were going to be able to use your credit card the whole time. I had no idea this would happen. And I have never had a credit card of my own. My parents have been paying for all my college expenses.
My, oh my, you are in a world of trouble, aren't you?
What am I going to do now?
Like I know, you two lovebirds are going to have to figure out a way out of this mess by yourselves.
What? You have to help us.
What is it that you want me to do about your situation, Alyssa? I'm not in Hawaii. It's not like I could just walk over to your hotel and hand you a stack of cash.
You can mail it to us or something.
Uh-oh, looks like my phone is running out of battery.
Hey!
Gotta go charge my phone. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Wait, you can't just leave me like this. Liana, send me some money. I want a new pair of shoes. This cannot be happening. You call this a house? This isn't a house. It would barely even pass for a storage shed.
I'm glad to see you managed to get back home without issue. Tell me, whatever did you do for the last half of your trip without any money? I'm curious how you managed to get by.
Nothing. That's what we did. We didn't set foot outside the hotel room for the rest of the trip. The only reason we didn't starve is because Jacob booked us a meal plan along with the hotel. If that wasn't already paid for, we'd both be nothing but shriveled husks by now.
Oh, that's great. Just goes to show you every cloud has a silver lining.
This isn't a time for glass half full platitudes, Liana. I asked you a question. Now answer me. What the hell is up with your house? I thought you lived in a massive mansion next door.
Huh? Oh, that house. Yeah, that house isn't ours. That's our landlord's house.
Your landlord?
So that's where you were confused. I was wondering what you were talking about when you mentioned living in a huge mansion.
I don't understand.
Our house was actually a guest house that our landlord built on part of his property. He didn't use it very often, though, so he had it renovated slightly into a standalone house and put it up for rental. That's why there's still that fancy stone fence wrapping around it. He only cut out a little bit of it in order to build a driveway. A lot of people who come by make the same mistake you did and end up going to our landlord's house looking for us. The address is almost exactly the same. The house number is just 310 instead of 312.
Oh no. Oh, this can't be happening. So, Jacob's not a rich guy living in a huge mansion?
Nope. He's just a mid-level employee at a mid-sized business, earning an average salary and living in an average-sized house. There's not much about him that isn't average. For the record, I actually make a little bit more money than he does.
No way!
Yes, Way, believe it or not, it's the truth. So I'm sorry to say, but you most likely won't be able to count on him paying your upcoming legal bills for you. You're gonna have to manage somehow on your own. Good luck!
What?
Oh, and one more thing. You don't need to waste your time telling your parents about your situation. I already contacted them for you.
What did you do that for?
I thought they might like to know what their daughter was doing with her time while she was supposed to be attending the college classes they were paying for. They felt so terrible about everything you've done to me, it was almost painful to watch them apologizing so profusely. They told me they weren't going to stand for this behavior from you and that they were going to pull their financial support. Oh, and not just for your college tuition, they said they wouldn't pay your legal bills either.
You mean I'm gonna have to drop out of college?
Well, that's a decision you'll have to make for yourself. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say to me, you can say to my lawyer.
Your lawyer?
I'm no good at explaining things to people with an IQ lower than room temperature. I think the details on what will happen to you next should come directly from a professional. Consider it an important part of your civic education. Not many people get first-hand experience with courts, lawyers, and lawsuits at your age.
I don't want that kind of experience. I want fun.
I bet you had plenty of fun in Hawaii, for the first part of your trip anyway. And with that, I have nothing more to say to you. Goodbye, Alyssa.
Hey, wait, you can't do this to me.
That evening, Jacob and Alyssa got into a massive argument about, well, just about everything. It got so bad that the neighbors ended up calling the police because they thought there was a domestic fight going on. This was too much for our landlord to deal with, so he immediately started eviction procedures. As for Alyssa, her parents came into town to pick her up and took her back to live with them on their farm outside of the city. Just as they had promised me, they cut off her funding, leaving her completely incapable of paying for her college education. She dropped out, and with no other job, they forced her to do the thing she hated most of all, manual labor. Perhaps somewhere between the sweat, dust, and manure, she'll learn a lesson or two, but I'm not very hopeful. A few months later, Jacob called me and begged me to take him back. Apparently, once his parents found out about precisely why he and I got divorced, they were so furious that they disowned him as their son and wrote him out of their will. Between their extravagant Hawaiian vacation and his alimony payments to me, all of Jacob's savings have vanished into thin air. And since all of his friends had abandoned him as well, there was no one else that he could turn to but me. Unfortunately for him, I was already seeing someone else, so I turned him down. Don't get me wrong, though, I wouldn't have taken him back even if I was single. As soon as I told him that, his end of the call went completely silent for a few seconds, followed by the sounds of him crying at the top of his lungs. I hung up the phone to let him sort out his emotional issues by himself. With him out of my life, I have found peace for the first time in as long as I can remember.
Hey, Molly. So what's going on with Steve's funeral?
Oh, hey, Dad. Perfect timing. I've been meaning to talk to you.
If you've got something planned, then hurry up and tell me when it's gonna be. Unlike some people I know, I have a life.
Yeah, I was just about to send you the details. The visitation is going to be this Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and the funeral will start at 1 p.m. the next day.
Got it.
Hey, Dad? I'm only saying this because I remember what happened at Mom's funeral, but please, Dad, can you please not make any inappropriate comments about your business relationships at Steve's funeral? Like, about primary contractors and subcontractors and all?
What are you saying?
Well, your company doesn't have any direct connections with my husband's company, but you do share some of the same clients, right? Basically, there are probably going to be some people at the funeral from companies that you've met before and do business with. So before you come, I'd just like you to keep in mind that anything inappropriate that you say or do at Steve's funeral will probably have a much bigger impact than what you did at Mom's funeral.
I don't get it. What's your problem?
I mean, you have this thing about business relationships. Like primary contractors are the most important and subcontractors are just underlings or something.
Yeah, and? Your point? People need to know their place in this world.
Yes, that's certainly true about some things, but you're choosing a very specific and very, outdated issue to focus on, is what I'm saying. Remember, my husband's parents lost their son when he was just 25 years old, and the funeral is supposed to be a place where they can say their proper goodbyes and find some sense of peace. Please, Dad, I'm begging you, don't go saying anything untoward to them during the funeral, okay? Dad? I was very explicit when I talked to you before. Would you mind explaining why you screamed, "Know your place, peasant," at the representative of one of your client companies and kicked him out of the church?
Huh? Oh, you mean that little upstart from Arthravale Manufacturing? That pathetic little factory outside of town? That place is a subcontractor of one of my subcontractors. We got a big deadline coming up. Who does he think he is showing up at a funeral when the only reason he even exists is to meet that deadline?
I don't believe this.
Oh yeah, and about your husband. Just because he went and kicked the bucket doesn't mean I'm gonna let you live off my money again. You got that?
What?
I don't want you to ruin our family's reputation by coming back to live with us because you can't make it on your own. If you need help, go and live with his peasant family.
Excuse me? What is going on with you, Dad? What do you mean, live off your money?
I'm just making sure you don't go and get your hopes up, that's all. I spoke in plain English, so I won't let you pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, Dad. I have literally zero clue what you're talking about.
Then how about this? I'm disowning you.
Huh?
Don't ever show your face around my house ever again, little girl. You're no daughter of mine.
Oh, so I don't have to go see you anymore?
Have to?
You're saying I don't need to come visit you on holidays like Christmas, Easter, birthdays, that sort of thing?
Well, yeah, you're not allowed to come visit me.
I really don't get what your angle is with this, but your terms are acceptable. Thanks for letting me know you're cutting ties with me, Dad. That saves me a lot of trouble.
Hold on.
Mom's sister took all of her things from your house after she died, and I don't have anything of value left over there, so anything that's still there can be thrown away. Really, you've just saved me the trouble of disposing of a lot of old junk. I was dreading having to do that by myself.
Molly?
Let me just say this, Dad. You've disowned me of your own volition. I'm not your daughter anymore. You're not my father anymore. So don't come crying to me for help when everything comes crashing down around you. Goodbye.
What the? Hey, Molly! What's going on? What's the meaning of this? You're remarried? When did this happen?
What do you mean? My husband is my first and only husband.
Wait, what? But that doesn't make sense. Steve's dead, right? Like dead, gone. But now I'm reading in this interview online that your husband is the next in line to be the CEO of Straver Industries?
Oh, yes, my husband is set to be the next CEO of Straver Industries. But what does that have to do with Steve? I really don't see what the relevance is here.
Huh? Your husband has only been dead for a week. You should be in mourning, but you're already remarried to some wealthy, powerful businessman?
What? My husband is as healthy as a horse, Dad. I don't think I've ever seen him catch a cold. I've been married to the CEO of Straver this whole time.
Are you drunk or something? I saw you at the funeral. You were clinging onto the casket, crying your eyes out.
Oh, that? That wasn't me, Dad. That was the woman who spent so much of his money that he divorced her, his ex-wife.
I'm very confused.
Well, it had only been about 3 months since they got divorced, so I thought she deserved to know about his passing and the date and location of the funeral. Looks like she never really was able to get over him. I felt pretty bad for her. She absolutely fell apart in front of everyone.
I'm still confused. This ex-wife, who is she?
You know who she is. She's our very own prodigal daughter. She suddenly up and left home one day, and we haven't heard from her in about 10 years before she randomly showed up a year ago. She's my twin sister, Mandy.
This is giving me a headache. Your sister?
As far as twins go, we definitely do look a lot alike, and given the circumstances, I'm not surprised you couldn't tell the difference between us. But seriously, not only could you not tell the difference between us, you forgot who we married? Like, for real, Dad?
Oh, yeah. In my defense, both of you brought your fiancés to the house at around the same time, so it's pretty understandable that I'd mix them up.
Oh no, don't tell me. Did you make the exact same mistake that she did?
What mistake?
You're clearly having a hard time with this, so I'll start from the beginning. I've been dating the same guy ever since we were both in high school, remember? And that guy is Steve's younger brother.
His younger brother? Oh! Your sister got married to the older brother, Steve, and you were dating the younger brother, Stuart!
Yep, that's right. Stuart has been in line to inherit the leadership of Straver from his father ever since he started going to college. So he was going through a sort of business apprenticeship with his father while going to school.
Wait, but Stuart is the younger son. Why would he be the one to inherit the business? What about Steve? He's the older son.
Well, their dad had a long talk with the both of them about what their goals were for the future, and in the end, Steve decided that he would rather forge his own path in life, so it was decided to pass the company on to Stuart. And by the way, Mandy swooped back into town like a vulture when she heard the news that I was engaged to the next CEO of Straver Industries. But it seems that, just like you, she also operated under the assumption that the firstborn son would be the one who got the company. Since she thought I was engaged to Steve, Mandy started in on a massive effort to steal him away from me and secure her business as the wife of a wealthy businessman.
I see.
She managed to win his heart, and they even got married in short order. But just when she thought that she had succeeded in pushing me to the side, she had the horrifying revelation that it was Stuart and not Steve who would be taking over the company. It came as a massive shock to her.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That wasn't the end, though. After they got divorced, Mandy realized that she had actually fallen in love with him, even if he wasn't the wealthy businessman she thought he was. She even threw herself at his feet and begged him to take her back. But, well, she was just too late.
Oh, I guess that explains why she was crying like that.
Well, that's the end of the story. Did you get all that? Don't worry about Mandy. Aunt Gracie said she's going to look after her for the time being. You can leave her to us.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that.
It's strange to hear from you so soon, though, Dad. Didn't you just disown me as your daughter a few days ago?
Oh, I guess I did. Hey!
What do you want now?
It's about my subcontractor, Arthravale Manufacturing.
Okay, what about them?
Their president is the younger brother of the chairman of the board of Straver Industries?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, why didn't you tell me about that?
Good grief, Dad, you really didn't know? Straver's chairman's brother founded Arthravale after retiring from Straver with the explicit purpose of training up new talent to support the industry's future. It was all in the papers. It's intentionally kept as a small-scale operation due to its purpose as a training company. So they typically only do small order subcontracting orders. It's their bread and butter. Seriously, I thought this was common knowledge for the local business community.
I had no idea.
Oh, for the love of... So you really didn't know then?
Oh no, what am I gonna do now?
Okay, I'll bite. What's the matter, Dad?
I've got to figure out some way to make it up to Arthravale's president.
I think I know what's going on, but go ahead and spell it out for me.
I've been getting call after call from clients the last few days saying they're cutting off our business relationships. I was completely floored when one of our biggest clients said that, and when I asked them why, they said that they had heard about my behavior at Steve's funeral the other day, and they didn't want to be associated with someone who made such inflammatory remarks anymore, so they're cutting ties.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
But it doesn't make any sense. What did I say that was inflammatory?
You still don't get it? Arthravale is a small-scale operation, but the technicians who train there go on to take on important roles at multiple manufacturers all over the region. There are even some alumni who have gone on to launch massively successful companies of their own. Wherever they end up, though, the common thread between everyone who works at Arthravale is that they are fiercely, passionately loyal to the company. Which brings us to the question of what was so inflammatory. At the funeral for a young man who died at 25 years old, you shouted at an Arthravale representative as if you were some kind of medieval noble lording over the local serfs. You ticked off a lot of people that day. And given how loyal Arthravale alumni are, it's only reasonable that the ones in position to do so would make moves against you and your company.
Oh no. I had no idea what sort of place Arthravale was. If I had known, I never would have said those things about them.
You shouldn't have said those things regardless of who you were saying them about. Have you no common sense?
Of course I do.
No, Dad. The way you're responding to this is basically proof positive that you do not. If you did, you wouldn't have put yourself in this position in the first place.
Come on, Molly. You've got to do something about this.
Huh? Why should I?
Isn't it obvious you're married to one of the most influential business families in the state? That makes me the father-in-law of the next CEO of Straver Industries. I'm in a way stronger position than the president of Arthravale. If I use my relationship with you as leverage, I can get that old geezer to do anything I want. You can save my company.
I hate to tell you, Dad, but I doubt that would work even if I tried.
Why, though?
Because it's not just my husband. The entire corporate philosophy of Straver is uniting with firms both big and small within the industry to form a mutual support network. In short, they hate businessmen like you.
No.
You really have no ground to be complaining to me in the first place.
Please, Molly, can't you do something? It doesn't have to be out in public. Can't you just kind of give him a subtle threat behind closed doors?
No, I'm not a jerk, but seriously though, did you forget again that you disowned me?
That's not important right now.
It kind of is, but even if you were still my father, I would never do such a dirty, underhanded thing for you. Goodbye for real this time.
Molly, wait! Molly, you've got to lend me some money. Your husband's family has more money than most countries. You should be able to get me what I need with zero trouble. I've lost over 90% of my clients. I can't go on like this. It's going to drive me into bankruptcy. You can't let that happen to me. I don't need that much, just a couple $1 million to hold my company over until we can secure some new clients. Molly!
The only reason I didn't block his number after he disowned me as his daughter was because my father-in-law, the current CEO of Straver Industries, personally requested that I did not do so. As I mentioned before, my father-in-law and my dad never had any direct business connections, but seeing as though both me and my sister married into the same family, they've met each other on a few occasions. He came to me and said that he wanted to see whether or not my dad was someone who was worthy of his help. As the father of his daughter-in-law, if my dad showed any sort of remorse for what he'd done, he would have been more than willing to help bring his company back from the brink of destruction. But alas, as you can see, my dad is incapable of remorse. We had a family conference, and after seeing my dad's last few texts, the decision was unanimous. Let him take care of himself. My dad's company went bankrupt a few weeks later. He was up to his eyeballs in debt, and with that personality of his, he didn't have any friends left who would be willing to save him. While rusty, he did still have some skills left from his days as a regular employee in a local factory. So he had no choice but to use those skills to start over from the bottom while desperately trying to pay back his debts.
Daphne, it's now been 1 whole year since we last chatted.
Huh? Raya? You didn't even come to Dad's memorial. What is wrong with you?
At the time, I had a date planned with my boyfriend who I'm now living with. I had no other choice but to skip that memorial.
Are you kidding me? You really need to get your priorities straight, woman. The only thing you ever showed up to regarding Dad and the family was the talks about his will. Then besides that, you never came to anything else, not even his funeral.
Because when Dad's funeral came up, I was on vacation with my boyfriend.
Like I said, get your priorities straight.
Jeez, shut up about all the stuff that happened in the past, please.
I don't care that it's in the past. You need to be scolded for what you did.
Well, if that's the case, then I think you need a little bit of butt chewing as well there.
What are you talking about?
Daphne, you moved into a condo, right?
What? I've always been living in this condo.
And Mom is living there with you now, right?
Well, yeah. After we finished up with all the things regarding Dad, Mom went and stopped paying for that house and came to live with me here. Why the hell do you want to talk about all of that, though?
I'm coming there at the end of this week, so I'll talk to you then.
Wait, you're coming here?
Yes, get me a room ready, please.
Huh? Raya, there isn't a room here for you, though, okay?
See ya! Daphne, bring me a coffee and some of that cake.
Excuse me? You only just got here and you're already spreading your legs out like this place has always been yours.
Who cares? I'm here to relax and catch a break for once. It's not like you ever have anything going on, right?
I am working.
Really? All I've seen is you locked up inside your bedroom all day, though. I'm sure you're just in there playing video games all day or something, right? Now hurry up and get me a coffee and some cake.
There isn't any cake or coffee here.
What? Are you sure? Then go buy some for me right now, please.
Go and buy those things your frickin' self.
Then give me some money so that I can do that.
If you want coffee and cake so bad, buy them with your own money. Braden, have you finished work yet?
Hey, Daphne. I just got back home from work and I'm gonna relax now.
I hope you had a good day at work then today.
Thanks. By the way, I forgot to ask, how has everything over there been going? Did you finish up all those preparations you had? I know that you had another project pop up that you needed to start working on, so if you need me to come over, I can help you out some.
Ever since the last time we talked, some things have come up, and I want to ask you about them. This is a bit of an emergency, actually.
What's happened?
I don't want to talk over the phone at the risk of others hearing me, so can I just explain things through text to you?
Go right ahead. What ended up happening to you?
Actually, 10 days ago, my younger sister came hurtling into my place and has been staying here ever since.
What? Your younger sister? Wasn't she the one that got kicked out of your house 2 years ago by your dad after getting into a fight with him? And then a year later, she didn't even show up to your dad's funeral or memorial, only coming to those talks about your dad's will?
Yeah, that's the one. When she didn't even come to my dad's memorial, I was seriously wondering what had happened to her. But then 10 days ago, she just came crashing into my place and hasn't left since.
Really? And has your mom said anything about that? I mean, she's still living with you, right?
Of course, she's still in love with my sister for some reason. I wasn't even going to open the door for my sister to come in, but then while I was on the phone with work, my mom answered the door and let that monster walk inside.
Oh, then since that day, she's been sitting around in your house the whole time?
That's right. She told me about how she's been living together with her boyfriend for a while, so I assumed that after a few days she'd be going back home to him. But I'm starting to think that the whole reason she's come here now is because she had a fight with said boyfriend and he kicked her out of his place.
Ah, and she had nowhere else to go after that besides your place.
My mom was originally living in the house she had with my dad, but after he passed, she had to leave it because she didn't work and didn't want to waste any more money on the place. I'm sure she would have gone to that house had my mom still been living there, but now here she is in my place, taking up the room I had finally just cleared out. And to make matters worse, every day I see more and more of her things arriving here, so I think my sister's going to be staying for good.
I see. I kind of thought that your mom would have done something about that, considering she knows what you're planning on doing. Yet she just didn't?
The only thing she ever says to me is that she's happy to have her younger daughter living back at home with her, so she wants things to stay this way. I get that to my mom, having people around the house to help her is the best thing for her, and so having the both of us here makes her feel good.
But to you and I, that was a big mistake on her part.
I'm sorry that a problem like this had to start when we came so far.
Why are you apologizing to me? You haven't done a single thing wrong, Daphne.
Well, thank you for saying that, but...
Then let's do this. Remember that plan we made up before?
Are you talking about...
I can say that I'm ready anytime that I want to. But of course, you do have your job still, which may or may not get in the way of everything we'd planned.
I'm sure I can figure something out there. No, I will figure something out there, as a matter of fact. Honestly, I figured that my job has become pretty smooth now, so that might be why I allowed things like my sister to come and sit in my condo now. Which means I am very much used to my job now and can make things work around it. So we have to act now. We have to.
Understood. I can start helping you out with some of the things you have in mind, and I can get a car over there to start help with moving things. When you're ready for me, please, give me the signal.
I can do that, and thank you.
Daphne, I need tea and some cookies.
There are some cookies in the kitchen and tea in the cupboard, so go and get it all yourself.
What?
I'm seriously busy with my work right now, which means I have zero time right now to be your servant or anything.
What the heck? Trying to act like you're actually working at a company job right now is so uncool of you.
Shut the hell up already. I'm working and don't need to have my phone going off all day.
What?
Good morning, Daphne. Has everything been going as planned over there?
Yeah, I think that I'm getting everything done that I need to.
By the way, you were saying before that today is the day you'd be going out to meet with one of the leaders? I was wondering if you'd have around 5 to 10 minutes to meet up with me and talk.
Good point. We need to have a talk about our progress. I want to have a talk about our progress. Oh, that's right. I have something I need taken away, so I was wondering if I could get you to come and get it for me. Could you do that?
I can make it happen. Does that mean you'd like me to bring the car along?
It's nothing that big where you'd need a car. I already have it all packed away in my tote bag, so I can just bring it with me and then hand it over to you when we meet.
Sounds good.
All right. When I'm done talking with this guy, I'll give you a call and tell you where you can meet me.
I'll be waiting.
Daphne! Hey, that blue sweater that you had in your dresser is no longer in there. I was thinking of taking it from you.
I knew it.
What?
I knew that you'd been looking at me like you wanted to wear my clothing whenever you saw me around the house.
Huh? I have not been looking at you that way.
Well, those clothes are all things that my boyfriend has gotten me for my birthday, which means you're not getting any of them from me, and I will sure as hell not let you borrow them either, so I made sure to hide them.
What? Daphne, you had a boyfriend?
I still have a boyfriend.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to let you back into your place.
What?
Daphne, why don't you just head over to your boyfriend's place from now on and stay there? Yes, that's what you're going to do. From now on, I'm going to be living with Mom in this condo. So you don't have to worry about us two anymore.
Wow. So you're going to really be able to take care of Mom all by yourself?
Sure. I'll make sure she's all right here. And Mom's been thinking for a bit now that I'm a lot better than you.
Is that so? Well, if that's what she thinks, then you can have her.
I will. And you know why this is all happening? Because you were always so frickin' mean to Mom and I.
I'm the mean one, huh?
Neither of us like the fact that you've been sucking Mom dry of all the money she got from Dad like a little parasite when you still don't have a job, so we want you gone for good.
Dad's money? And you think I still don't have a job? So now you're calling me a parasite.
This condo, Mom bought it using the money she inherited from Dad after he died, right? And in that condo she bought, a jobless loser like yourself came crashing in and have been living there since, sucking Mom dry of all the money that Dad had left with her.
That condo is mine, actually, and I have been working for a long time now.
Really? You think I'm going to buy that now? No way, that's the truth, when all you do is hide in that room of yours all day, playing video games and smelling the place up.
I'm sure with you being younger than me, you've heard of the term remote worker, right?
Then if you've been working this whole time, I want you to start giving me $2,000 a month. I'll use you like the ATM you were meant to be.
Like the ATM I was meant to be?
If you're able to do that for me, then I might just be willing to let you come back to this condo every so often to see Mom and I here.
It's funny that you have the nerve to run your mouth like that when you have no idea what's even been going on.
In other words, you can't send me $2,000 a month, can you? So, since that's the case, I want you coming here right now to grab all of your things and take them out of here with you.
Understood. I'll be out of that place in 3 hours then.
And don't you ever come back here again. Hold on a second, Daphne. A bunch of movers just came into the condo and have started to take all sorts of things out of here without even telling Mom or I what's going on.
I told you I'd be out of there in 3 hours, right? I had to call them and see how quickly they could get to the condo, which took me close to an hour to set up. So with their help, I should have all my things out of that condo and will stay out of there for the rest of my life. I told them to get it done within 2 hours, so that'll mean 3 hours has gone by in total, right? Please tell Mom that you both need to do your best not to get in the way of those movers so they can get their job done.
Are you listening to me, Daphne? Those buttholes just took the fridge and the washing machine with them. Why the hell are they taking away all of the appliances here as well? No, they're taking the TV in the living room now, too. Wait, the oven and the microwave as well? Why did the two of them just walk out of here with the dryer? No, wait! Some of them are taking away the sofa and coffee table, too. They are taking literally everything out of this place now, and it's becoming completely empty. Why? Why are they doing this? Why, Daphne? All of those movers have left the place now, and there is barely anything left in this condo. I just looked through all the cupboards and drawers in the kitchen, and things like the pots and pans are all gone. The toaster, the blender, they even took the fan that was in the living room and the lamps. There is literally nothing left in this place now. What the hell is going on here, Daphne?
Remember that condo is under my name and that I was the one who had bought it.
Huh?
And as for all the furniture in that condo, as well as the appliances and cooking utensils and pretty much everything else, they were all bought with my money. So I'm taking them all with me now.
Then how the hell are Mom and I supposed to live here? We can't.
But I recall you telling me to get all of my things out of that place as well as myself today. Did you not really mean all of that, Raya? I needed to find myself a place to move into as well today. So, since I've got a new place now and am moving there, I wasn't going to just leave all my things there, right?
Wait! All of that crap you keep saying right now is completely wrong. It's all contradicting everything.
Tell me what all is wrong and what all is contradicting what to you.
First off, there is no frickin' way that an unemployed loser like yourself would have been able to pay for a condo as gorgeous as this one.
And like I've said hundreds of times now, I'm not unemployed.
Then tell me, what kind of job are you working right now? You said before that you work remotely, which means you can't possibly be making enough to afford this place, right?
I'm a cartoon creator.
Huh?
There's nothing else I'd like to tell you about my job because that kind of detail is not worth my time, so don't ask me anything else. Just know that with the job I have, I am very much able to afford a place like that one.
You're lying.
I don't ask that you believe any of this. It's not like you or I are ever going to see or hear from one another again, right?
What?
I'm not kidding around anymore. Finally, it's about time this happened. When Dad passed away, it was found that he didn't die with any kind of debt, but he only had around $8,000 left in his savings.
He only had $8,000 left?
The will said that he wanted $8,000 split between Mom, you, and myself. But I wasn't really in any need of money, and so I told the lawyer to leave me out of it and let you and Mom deal with his money.
Then that $4,000 that came into my account a year ago, that wasn't because you ended up taking most of the money Dad had left behind with you and Mom.
I asked that you and Mom each get half of what Dad had left, and that $4,000 was half.
Are you serious? But you've always been so mean. Oh, God damn it. You are such a pain in the ass to deal with that I've already had enough. What?
Mom is the one that has that will with Dad from her, so go and ask her to show it to you so that you can see what I'm talking about instead of always acting like I've taken all the money. I'm done explaining this to you because you never ever listen.
Wait, Daphne?
I'm going to get married to my boyfriend who works in the transportation industry, which means I'm going to have to move all the way out to where he's living because he has a good job but has to work from there. Therefore, I'm having that condo sold and it will be gone by the end of this month.
What?
You both find yourself a new place to live and get the hell out of there.
Wait, what about Mom?
You told me that you'd be taking care of her from now on, right?
I only said that because I thought she had a lot more money from Dad.
Is that right? So this whole time you'd been making it sound like I was the one after all of Dad's money when it's really been you who's wanted it and couldn't share.
No, wait.
For what? For you to tell me your excuse? No thanks. Now go and tell Mom the news and let her know that you'll be finding you both a new place to move to soon.
Wait, I didn't mean that.
Screw off.
What? I'm out of here.
After that, I started to get a lot of calls from my mom wanting to talk with me about what had happened. She then sent me a text explaining everything she thought I knew she meant. Apparently to her, she thought that by having her cute younger daughter and I living there, she could enjoy the presence of Raya while having me pay for everything so they didn't have to. So that's the kind of dream my mom was having? Well, I hope she understands that I'm not anyone's ATM, and that if she wants to be taken care of so badly while also having her cute little Raya around, then she can just ask Raya to pay for everything and stay by her side. Not too long after I left, the man that kicked my little sister out of his house asking for a breakup wanted her back. Although, instead of coming out to talk about it directly to her, he began to stalk her and my mom at that condo. Originally, the reason all of their fighting had started in the first place was because Raya was spending so much of his money on the most needless things. But it seems that he completely forgot that that was the whole reason he kicked her out in the first place. Him coming back into Raya's life as her stalker dragged both her and our mom into some chaos. After having a week of those two always having to fight the stalker off, they called the police and had the man taken away. But this then led to the owner of said condo building kicking them out and finishing the sale on that place. With nowhere else to go, those two were taken into my mom's brother's home, where he told them they had to start working if they wanted to continue living with him. Now they're both working alongside him on his ranch, herding cows around and helping to milk some of them in the mud. And because of that, things have finally calmed down and I can start to think again in peace. I've moved in with my boyfriend now, and in a couple of months, we'll be getting married and planning out our wedding together. I've made sure to block both my mom and sister to avoid them ever finding out about this. Although it really wouldn't matter if they did, because they're living very far away from us and have no mode of transportation to get them off that ranch. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, so, you're Melody, right? The woman who moved in recently. Do I have the right number?
Excuse me? Yes, that's me, but who are you?
Are you kidding me? It's Agnes. Didn't you read the list of contact information for the other parents that was posted on the parents' chat group? You've got no excuse not to have my name and phone number saved in your contacts list yet.
Agnes? Oh, right. If I recall correctly, you were the woman wearing nothing but expensive brand clothing and carrying 2 designer purses for whatever reason?
Yeah, duh. Who else but me has that kind of fashion sense in this podunk little town? Glad you finally remembered.
Oh, so it was you then. Yeah, I don't suppose I'll ever be able to forget you, especially after you randomly started throwing punches at me.
Randomly? Don't pretend like you didn't deserve every single punch I threw your way, you little brat. It was exactly what you deserved for having the nerve to talk back to me. You were smoking right in the middle of the park with dozens of kids around and a clearly posted no smoking sign. You were literally standing right next to it. Rules are for commoners, not for me. I can smoke wherever I want. Anyway, don't ever forget who I am again. Got it?
Trust me, Agnes, the first impression you left on me is one that will last a lifetime.
Right, I have a total superstar aura. That's exactly what makes me the boss around here.
The boss? What do you mean?
Oh, you are so lucky you're new here, or else I would have given you another couple punches for being so stupid as to ask me that question. So here's the deal. I'm the boss. That's it. Simple, right? I'm the boss, and all the other moms at the school do what I say, when I say. And if you don't like it, well, you might just have a little run-in with my associates.
Okay, I'll bite. Who are your associates?
Let me put it to you this way. You don't want to know who my associates are.
I see you're fully committed to beating around the bush as much as possible.
Tell you what, do you really want to know? Don't say I didn't warn you, but if you ask any of the other moms at the school, they'll let you in on the nitty-gritty. Then you'll know just how powerful I am. And that's all the hints you'll be getting, so don't bother asking for more. Now, be a good little girl, do your homework, and never, ever talk back to me again if you know what's good for you. Capiche?
Hey there, Kendra. Hope you're doing well today. Are you busy right now? There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Hi, Melody.
Sure, I'm free right now. What's up? I really hate to drag you into this, but I just moved back into town after being away for a long time, and today was my son's first day in his new daycare. I I was invited to the group chat for all the parents at the school, and then all of a sudden I was given a rather forceful introduction to a woman who calls herself the boss mom. Oh, you cannot be serious. She is still going around calling herself that, huh? Oh, by the way, what daycare are you sending your son to? The same one I went to when I was a kid. Wow, really? Well, that's pretty cool. It must bring back a lot of memories for you. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I was a bit surprised they had any openings, to be honest. I must have just moved back at a really lucky time. For real, lucky you. Anyway, about the woman you were talking about, there's only one woman I know who would introduce herself as Boss Mom. You know her? Yeah, kinda. The queen of branded clothing, the empress of carrying around 2 designer purses just to show off. Her Royal Majesty, Boss Mom Agnes. Right. Okay, so it's not just me who thinks it's super weird to carry 2 massive purses. Well, that's great to know. Agnes moved into town with her whole family a little bit after you got married and moved away. They're in different grades, but her oldest child is attending the same school as mine. And yeah, she is every bit the boss mom over there, too. I've never in my entire life seen someone who refers to themselves as boss mom. It's so cringe. I know. The secondhand embarrassment is really bad. Oh, and by the way, for whatever reason, she's been working really hard to get me to become friends with her. Believe me, though, I have absolutely 0 intentions of becoming best buddies with her. Yuck. Man, the more I hear about this woman, the less I want to do with her. But her whole boss mom thing, that's not, like, a real thing, is it? I mean, she only sees herself as that, right? None of the other moms actually let her boss them around or anything. Yep, that's exactly right. So, is there a reason you're asking me about her? Like, did something happen? Is she giving you crap about something? It's a bit more than that, actually. She punched me. What? She was literally standing directly next to a no smoking sign. My first thought was that she was doing one of those prank YouTube videos or something, but no, she was for real. I asked her to stop smoking and she immediately started swinging. She only managed to land one on my cheek, which is a little swollen, but not too bad. I was just about to walk away, but some other woman who was standing there started freaking out and called an ambulance for me. It turned out that I did cut the inside of my mouth a little bit, so I went to the doctor later that afternoon and got him to write up an official doctor's report for my injury. Wait a minute, you're telling me she punched you right in the face, and you didn't punch back? Not even once? Yeah, well, when you're someone like me, you have to be really careful about who you choose to defend yourself against. It can get ugly really quick. Oh, yeah, good point. I could tell from the way she was swinging that she'd never had any actual training or done much of any real fighting at all. She just caught me off guard is all. Sure, I didn't feel great to let her get the last laugh, but I figured that just taking the L and walking away would be a better option than fighting back and getting the police involved. Man, you have nerves of steel, Melody. I could never let her get away with that. Well, the more important reason for not fighting back was that both of our kids were there at the park with us that day. I didn't want them or the other kids to have to deal with the trauma of watching 2 fully grown adults fighting each other in broad daylight. Yeah, I guess you're right. But anyway, getting back to the main point of the conversation, would you mind telling me a bit more about this Agnes woman? I have a few more questions I'd like to ask you. All right, well then would you like to come over and have a cup of tea with me? Oh, I have a better idea. My cousin owns an adorable little cafe down on Main Street. Do you want to go there? I know you'll love it. I've always wanted to get the opportunity to take you there one day. Oh, really? Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm in. When and where should we meet up? I'll go ahead and swing by your house and pick you up. Would me getting there in about a half hour work for you? Yep, I'll be waiting.
Melody, what the hell do you think you're doing? I know you're trying to get Kendra to be your friend, but it's not gonna work, so don't bother. What would be the point in being your friend anyway? You're nobody, and I'm the boss mom. Kendra is really something else, though. Listen to this. A while back, there was a woman at the daycare who was giving Kendra all sorts of trouble, and you know who stepped in to get her to lay off? The Petrelli family. Oh, that's right. You probably don't know about the Petrelli family. The Petrelli family is a very influential family around these parts. They own a bunch of different companies, but those are all fronts for their real operations. Trust me, you do not want to get on their bad side. Bad things happen to those who get on their bad side. But get on their good side? The world is your oyster, baby girl. And Kendra just so happens to be friends with the daughter of the patriarch of the Petrelli family. I have no idea how someone who just rolled into town a few weeks ago like you has already met someone as influential as Kendra. But you'd better not be getting any big ideas about her, got it? She'll never be your friend, ever. And even if you somehow did manage to get on her good side, it's not going to mean anything about the relationship between you and me. I'm still boss mom, capiche? Oh, would you please stop going on and on about this? I am so bored. Look, Kendra happens to be an old friend of mine. We've known each other since we were little kids. Huh? As if I was ever going to believe that. How could you possibly have known her since you were kids? You just moved into town a few weeks ago. Yeah, I've been living in another city for a while, but I was born here. This is my hometown. The house I grew up in is just a little ways down the road from my new house. You can keep telling that BS story as long as you want, but I ain't buying, sister. And I ain't selling, sister. After I got married, I moved in with him in his house because that was where he needed to be for work. But he just got transferred to a nearby branch office this spring. So I figured it would be a good opportunity to come back and see all the people I've been missing for several years. Oh my God, you are really committed to this bit, aren't you? I told you, I don't believe it for 1 second. You're free to believe what I'm telling you or not. I don't really care. Actually, you know what? Keep on doubting me. That's gonna make what happens next way funnier. What are you even talking about? You're such a weirdo loser, Melody. Looks like you've left me with no choice. I didn't want to have to play this card so early on, but I think you still don't know who it is you're up against with me, so let me give you one final warning. If you report what happened yesterday to the police, you're going to be sleeping with the fishes by sundown. Sleeping with the fishes? Interesting. That's the sort of thing that people in mobster movies say. Are you trying to tell me you have connections to the local underworld? Oh, I guess you're not as dumb as I thought. You've got that right, girlie. I'm a bona fide member of the local mafia. Oh, you are you? So, by sleep with the fishes, do you mean get passed out drunk at a sushi restaurant or something? Huh? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, it's just that you're claiming to be a mafia member to try and get me to not report a minor incident of assault and battery, and it's just so pathetically lame. Hey, you can't talk to me like that. I am dead serious. I am a member of the mafia. And not just any old member, my husband's the underboss. I guess I need to show you how serious I am. I think I might just have to go and have a talk with the Godfather myself. He'll send one of our enforcers by to teach you some manners. Maybe a couple weeks in the hospital might be enough to show you once and for all that this is my town. I'm the boss mom and you will do what I say when I say. I warned you that this would happen, Melody, but you just didn't listen. Okay, I've officially run out of patience. So let me get this straight. You're going to go talk to the Godfather and have him send one of his enforcers to assault me. Is that it? How about I save you both the trouble? Let's go and see him together right now. You and me. Wait, but... Did you hear me? I just told you I want to see the Godfather. Well, take me to see him. Actually, I was just in the middle of a thing, and I need to head over to a place in just a few minutes, so now's not a good time. Okay, then I'll go see him myself. Where's he live? Well, he lives over by the Central Park. His house is the biggest one in the whole town. I see. Well, I know where that is, so thanks for letting me know. Hey, wait! You're not really gonna go there, are you? Kendra, this is bad. I am in big trouble, really big trouble. I need your help, Kendra. You've got to do something. What do you want from me, Agnes? We're nowhere near good enough friends for you to be calling me in a pinch like this. I would rather do literally anything else than help you out of whatever trouble you've gotten yourself into, so could you please ask someone else, anyone else? But you don't understand. There's a new woman in town who's pretending to be an old friend of yours, and she's just about to go storm into the Petrelli family mansion downtown. Huh? There's someone pretending to be a friend of mine? I saw the two of you together today. You were sitting together at that tacky cafe on Main Street. I figured she invited you there in a failed attempt to impress you. You're saying you saw a woman together with me at a cafe, and you still didn't believe her when she said we were friends?
All right, then. You're talking about Melody, right?
Yes, that's her.
And you're saying that Melody's about to go to the Petrelli family mansion?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, then what on earth are you acting so upset about?
Do I need to tell you?
Seriously, Agnes, what's your problem? Is this really something to be getting so worked up about?
But, let me start over. I don't think you understand. Melanie is about to storm into the house of the biggest mafia family in the entire state. She's gonna get herself killed.
Oh, I think I see what's going on here. You tried to pull your "my husband's the underboss of the local mafia" routine on her, didn't you?
Well, maybe.
So that's a yes. My guess is she called you on your bluff and asked for the Godfather's address, and you told her about the Petrelli mansion near Central Park. Do I have all of that right?
How did you know about all of that?
She told me about it herself. She's sitting right next to me.
What? She is? But why? Why would you waste your time on that pathetic little nobody? She just came into town a few weeks ago. She doesn't deserve your company. You should be hanging out with me. I'm the boss, Mom.
You make a strong case, but I'll stick with Melody, thanks. After all, Melody and I have known each other since we were both little kids.
You mean she was telling the truth?
If you were paying attention, you could have figured that out quite some time ago by yourself.
I don't believe it. She actually was friends with you?
And one more thing. I know that you're only trying to become my friend because you heard the rumors that the Petrelli family worked their magic in order to get one of the other moms at my kids' daycare to stop being such a nuisance. It's all just part of your scheme to add some weight to your self-described position of boss mom, am I right?
Well, you see, it's just that, well, we boss moms have to stick together, don't we? You're the boss mom at your school, and I'm the boss mom at mine, so I figured we could do some boss mom networking.
First off, I am not a boss mom. Second, all you've been doing is threatening people into doing what you want by saying that your husband is some big shot in the mafia. Have you really not noticed that nobody believes that story? Not one single person?
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No one thinks you're actually the boss mom, whatever that bogus title means.
Well, be that as it may, until someone else comes to challenge my position, I am still the only official boss mom at my child's daycare. And Melody has been nothing but disrespectful to me since the first day she moved in. So I suppose I'll leave her to her own devices. If she wants to storm into the house of the biggest mobster in the state, then she can go ahead and get herself killed. See if I care. If she's lucky, maybe they'll let her off with just breaking her legs. Maybe some time in a wheelchair will teach her not to cross me.
Would you like to know what Melody's maiden name is? It's Petrelli.
What? Petrelli? Do you mean that Petrelli?
Melody is the one who used her connections in the Petrelli family to get that awful woman to stop keying my car and pay me the damages she owed me for all the repairs I had to do.
No, I don't believe this. Are you saying?
Yes, that's precisely what I'm saying. Melody is the daughter of the godfather of the Petrelli family.
That's impossible!
It's true, though. So you might have been trying to trick her into getting hurt by telling her to go to the Petrelli family mansion, but for her, that's just a normal trip home to see her parents and friends.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what have I done?
Looks like you're finally realizing just how big of a mistake you've made.
This is the end of the line for me. I'm done for. What's going on, Melody? There is a black panel van outside of my house and a bunch of huge guys in suits just stepped out. They're walking this way. It's the Petrelli family, isn't it? What have I done to deserve this?
While Kendra was busy keeping Agnes busy with all those text messages, I was making a phone call of my own. Not to my father or anything, it was to Agnes's husband. Fortunately, his name was also on the emergency contact list for the school, so I dialed him up and gave him a quick rundown of the situation. He ran straight down to the Petrelli family mansion to see my father, kissed his ring, and apologized profusely for his wife's behavior. A few days later, he served her with divorce papers. From what I heard, her husband was given full custody of all of their children. While that was going down, Agnes's parents came in from out of state to talk to my father, and he made them an offer they couldn't refuse. Not because he was threatening them, but because it was just way too good of an offer to pass up. And that offer was directly connected to the text Agnes sent me about the black panel van pulling up to her house. I think that's going to be the last text she sends to me or anyone else for a very long time. With the double shot of child support payments to her husband and punitive damages for punching me, she'll be working at one of the many fine Petrelli family businesses until she's in her 70s to pay all of that off. I hope she'll learn her lesson between now and then, but I'm doubtful.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.